Intro!
To be completely honest with you, I wasn't listening to a thing you just said. Let's go!
My leg looks like Picasso. see, God damn it. Have you?
I think you know the answer.
You. Oh my God. This man, he needs to be studied in a lab.
I can explain everything.
No, he can't.
I can explain.
There is no shot.
The Lakers.
I'm not going to let you choose the Lakers.
Damn
Pick
it.
something else. We made such a mess. I am a casual.
We are mega casuals.
I don't have anything, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
I hope you know that.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's better
I
this
looked
way.
at Show Doc, November 1st. That was the last time it's been touched.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's almost 3 months.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, well, before we hop into sports,
So
Zach,
I got nothing.
I have a story time, okay? I need to rant.
Ooh. What are you ranting about? Oh, wait.
Okay.
I kind of know what you're ranting about. I think I know what you're ranting about.
What do you think I'm
Definitely know what you're about.
What do you think I'm ranting about?
Your injury?
Oh, nah. I can
not
talk
gonna rant about
I can
the
talk about that too. That's not really ranting because that was just me. I'm just frustrated about that. But no, something
That
happened
video
today.
was like so sad.
What?
That video was so sad.
Oh yeah, y'all saw me
Hit you right in the heart.
in
I was
tears.
like, oh. Well, it was just like you could tell you weren't like crying because you were sad. Obviously, you were just like so frustrated at the fact that like, and you were such a little flex god in that video. You were like, it was easy. I was going for one more because I couldn't end like that. It was too easy. I was like, let's go, Connor. Let's go. Flexed on us, and then he had to say, and then it was over for 6 months.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
that
poor
long.
kid.
Thank God. It should only be
I
like
thought it was like 6 months.
no 4 to 5 weeks. Oh my God, I would not be doing the pod right now if it was 6 months, bro.
What would you be doing?
I'd
Just
probably be
crying?
in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
No, but
Crazy.
literally 3 days after that, all 3 days this week, they were like, just lie down in your bed and try to walk every hour to see how it's progressed. But other than that, you have to lie straight down. And it was just the worst. Like, in pain and being bored at the same time is the worst combination there is.
Yeah. True.
But no, that's not what I'm ranting about. I'm ranting about something that happened today. Okay, Zach?
Okay. Go
So-
ahead, my friend.
So when I grocery shop, I like to get my produce from one store because it's super cheap at this one store. And then like literally right around the block is another store named Costco where I like to buy my meat, where I only eat chicken just because it's cheap and very lean. And I usually buy 3 or 4 rotisserie chickens every week. That's $15 or $20 because Costco's unbeatable with their prices for rotisserie chicken. And that will last me the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up to Costco today. I just grabbed my produce. I pull up to Costco around like 12:30, and parking was just an absolute nightmare. So we'll get that out of the way now. I probably spent 15 minutes trying to find a parking spot. But I was like, whatever. I'm just going to hop in, grab my rotisserie. Oh, and also walking, I look like I have a broken leg. Because in order to like stabilize, I'm just a limp master. So like I'm hobbling my way into Costco, right? And I'm like, whatever. I just need my 3 or 4 chickens, and then we're done. So I go, and I'm hobbling over to the rotisserie chicken place, like in the deli meats area. And there's not only no rotisserie chickens, but there is like 30 people just huddled around waiting for them to restock the rotisserie chickens. Okay, do you have a Costco membership?
It's
Zach?
wraps. No, we have a Sam's Club, so
Okay.
I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. And so I was like, there's no shot. I just basically wasted 30 minutes of my life trying to get this damn chicken, and there's none.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll go home. I come home, I take a nap, I wake up. It's 4:30. I was like, all right, it is 4 hours later. I'm going back. Go back. Parking is even more difficult this time somehow. Don't ask me how, because I have no idea. It was Zach. Oh my God, people, their brains. I'm telling a story, dude. Meow.
It's so wild when you just meow at it. You know?
Yeah, I forget you can't see me, so you're probably
yeah.
like, who's he talking to?
Just hear meow.
Stop. Meow. You want to talk? Okay. Didn't think so. So anyways, I finally find a parking spot after like literally 25 minutes. I hobble in part 2. I have a cart because there's no way I'm carrying 3 rotisserie chickens in my hand. Like, I didn't want to risk it because that would just be a horrible mess if I dropped them. And I get back. Zach.
You look like a psychopath, by the way.
I look like a psychopath?
You would.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely.
Stumbling around with 3 chickens. Let's go. Get out of my way. Little goblin.
I'm holding on to that like it's a football, like in a rain game, just like bumping through everybody.
Yeah. Actual goblin.
But I'm like, all right, finally, I've made it. And I'm walking over, and like the last time that I was there earlier in the day, I could like see over the shelves. I saw people's heads waiting, so I was like, this isn't gonna be good. And I'm at the same spot, and I see no heads. I'm like, oh my god, there's no head. That didn't come out how I wanted that to come out. Anyways, so I'm like, oh my god, there's no one here. This is great. But then I turned the corner, and it was almost as if it was like only people who were shorter than the shelves. And Zach texted me, or not Zach, James. Anyways, and so I come in, Zach, it like tripled in size, and I'm pretty sure I saw some people that were there earlier, and there was no chicken inside. I wasted like 2 hours of my day trying to get damn chicken, and I got nothing. Nothing.
Is there like only one Costco in your area? Could you not like just skedaddle skadoodle?
Skedaddle skadoodle?
Like right on by?
I mean,
just get on out of there, go to the next one.
I was thinking about it, but then I was like, it's 4, like it was 5 at that point ish. So I was like,
well, now you've been in there for 2 hours, so now it's 7. Could you have gotten there before 7?
Oh, no. I didn't waste an additional 2 hours. I'm saying like total today, I wasted 2 hours. Because like an hour the first time, and then like 45 minutes the second time, and then like have to get back to my car, wait to get in traffic to get out of the parking lot. So I'm like, I've wasted so much time today, and so I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just go get my chicken tomorrow. And like, to be fair, I usually go on Saturdays, but you know I've been in pain all week, so I thought I'd go today. And when I was thinking about it on my drive home, I was like, Sunday are kind of like grocery shopping day because people usually do things on Saturday and then they shop on Sundays. So I was like, okay, kind of makes sense. But yeah, wasted so much time. Literally so mad about that, and I don't have any chicken for the week.
Tough. You're stuck with the veggies.
No, literally though. I have green beans and corn.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, green beans, underrated. Very underrated.
They're pretty good. It's a vegetable. Most vegetables are fairly good. There's not really many out there that are trash.
Nah, mushrooms and Brussels sprouts can die.
Mushrooms are fine. Brussels sprouts are really good too. I don't know if you ever had Brussels sprouts, but they're actually pretty good.
They're not good. I mean, yeah, they're just not good. They taste like fart.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's
You're
just
not cooking them long enough.
If fart was a vegetable, that's a Brussels
You're
sprout.
not cooking them long enough.
No, when they're like crunchy. I like them like, well, I don't like them, but I like them more when they're crunchy than like soggy and soft.
Yeah, so I don't know. Okay, it's a Brussels sprout. We're moving on. It's vegetables. What are we doing?
Does your cat like to play with like Velcro?
I don't know. There's not much Velcro in the house,
'Cause
so I don't know.
Lupe just found a Velcro thing, and it's now her favorite toy.
That happens with cats. It's new. So.
Wait, hold on. Do you not talk to your cat?
No, not really, man. It's a cat. It doesn't really speak my language. I yell at it. I tell it no a lot, and I like.
But like,
stop.
Like Ding Dong won't like walk up to you and just go like, meh, and you're like, what?
No.
Or you don't ever do the thing where like a cow start meowing at you and you're like, I know.
Not really.
Oh.
I just tell it to stop mainly. Like when I get home from work, I go to the bathroom. And it meows at the door of the bathroom, and I just say,
yeah, because it misses you. It misses you.
I'm not opening the door. And then it goes, stop. It's annoying.
Anyways, this is a sports podcast. And speaking of,
episode, what a wild return.
Zach, we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, we are.
You're happy?
Shout out the Titans. I mean, why? It's the same result. It's what we expected. It's what I expected. Same result.
I mean, I'm not mad about it because I mean, I'd rather make the playoffs with this record and
But at
because
that point, like, what is the difference between like 20 and 26?
yeah, it's actually very true. That's actually so true.
Come on. At least we get more football to watch.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if we play Buffalo, it's for sure over. We're not winning the first round. But is it bad if I have like a slim chance of hope if we play the Chiefs?
Yeah, no, I think that's the ideal matchup as well. I think this is the most beatable Chiefs team we've seen since a long time.
Yeah.
I think since like 2018. It's the playoffs, though. You know, anything can really happen. Regular season teams could look really bad in the regular season, and then kind of come out and prove everybody wrong in the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see. I think we have a better chance versus the Chiefs than we do versus Buffalo. It seems like we lose every year to Buffalo. I mean, we lose every year to the Chiefs too. But
Yeah.
this is like I said, the most beatable Chiefs team we've seen. So I think that's just what I'm gonna say. And then Buffalo turned it up. Like Buffalo was 5-5 at one point, and then is now here.
10-6. So at best 11-6. Yeah. If you had told me at the beginning of the season, Zach, if we I just moved to LA.
Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, and I was just like,
nah. Imagine telling us. You remember the podcasts when we were 7-4?
yeah,
And then remember the podcast like when we were 7-7?
yeah.
Now imagine telling the 7-7 people that we're 10-7, undefeated with Mason Rudolph heading into the playoffs. Clinched. Like, what a wild time travel.
And also like telling us that we're like, yeah, we might play the Chiefs, and we actually think we could win that game.
Yeah. What a wild season. What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster we've been on as the black and gold. I'm repping them pretty hard today. Got the same hat that I always wear. It's WHAT's favorite hat, probably.
All right, Zach, I'm gonna give you 3 teams that are playoff teams, and I want you to rank them by best to worst. Okay?
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I got the Niners, I got the Ravens, and I got the Cowboys. Rank them.
Honestly, since what we saw in the regular season, Ravens beat the Niners, I'm going to go Ravens, Niners, Cowboys in that order.
That's my order too.
I think the Ravens are a really, really good football team. Super Bowl bound. I think that will be the Super Bowl. Ravens, Niners. I know it's kind of cliche. It's what everybody's kind of saying, but that's what I think is going to happen. So, yeah, I'll stick with that order. Cowboys look really good, too, though. They kind of beat up on a Washington Commanders team today, but Dak's looking really, really good. When I was looking at the red zone, there was a one point where the screen popped up, and he was like 25 or 29, 250, 3 touchdowns. Like, he's balling out. So.
Yeah, he definitely is. And yeah, like I said, I'm the same order too. I mean, like Niners and Ravens honestly can go either way, but since the Ravens did beat them in like a very stout manner, they're definitely that. And honestly, I don't even think that the Cowboys are the 3rd best team in the playoffs. Just out of those 3, they're the 3rd.
Yeah. And I think the NFC is going to be crazy. I think that's going to be a really entertaining little playoff bracket that we got over on that side.
Is there any teams you like want to see in the Super Bowl? Like even if they have no shot at making it or like have low odds, is there a team that you want to see in the Super Bowl besides the Steelers?
Obviously us. That'd be a W. Even if we lose, W. Just to go back, just to see another one. I feel like just going to the Super Bowl, having your team in that, like that week or that couple weeks is like fire. You know, everybody's talking. You're hyped. It's exciting. Your team's plastered everywhere. Like, it's fun. I'm sure. I remember it, and it is a fun time. The Lions, I think the storybook Lions, that would be really fun. Haven't seen that in a while or ever. I don't think.
Yeah,
maybe
ever.
Like a long time ago, but I don't think ever. Let's see. I don't know. The Packers sneaking in, Jordan Love making a little run would be interesting. sneaky. Don't think it's likely, but I think the Eagles are like bound for a first round exit. They kind of look like frauds right now.
I agree.
I don't know. On the AFC side, Dolphins would be fun. I think that'd be a really entertaining Super Bowl. Just bombs to Tyreek all night long would be really, really fun to watch. And I think the media that week would be really, really fun. Mike McDaniels, Tyreek Hill, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's kind of the teams that I would like to see. Niners, I think, would be really cool too. They have a lot of superstars, and it's cool to see big talent on the big game. You know what I mean? So, Niners would be a cool thing too.
It's funny. I always want to root for the Niners, like, because I really do like. They're just a very likable team, but they have 5 Super Bowls, and I will root for them once Pittsburgh gets to 7. I just don't want them to tie us. But yeah, the Niners are like a very likable team.
I mean, at this point, it's not even special. At this point, it's really not even special. We already have somebody that's tied. We have a single person that has more than us.
Yeah,
like,
it's very true.
It's over. It's over. There's no prestige anymore.
It's funny, like, I didn't even think about the Packers being a fun option in the Super Bowl, and then when you said it, I thought, could you imagine if Jordan Love made the Super Bowl with the same team Aaron Rodgers had last year?
Yeah, it'd be kind of crazy.
And
they'd probably get smacked by, like, the Ravens. Oh, I didn't even mention, I think the Ravens would be really cool. That's like a really, really fun. I think Ravens-Niners would be like the most ideal, on paper should be super, super entertaining game that might turn out to be a little boring, kind of like sometimes how Super Bowls are. But I think that would be, like, on paper the most entertaining game to make it. That or Ravens, or that or Niners, Dolphins.
yeah. You know, one team that neither of us has said that I would have said 2 weeks ago, but fuck their fans, they're assholes. The Cleveland Browns. I like the Browns. Do you know, I actually really like the Browns. As a Steelers fan, I'm not supposed to.
Could make it, though. That's the craziest thing, is that if Flacco keeps it up. But, like, what we saw today was like, wow, the Browns without Flacco got nothing.
No, literally, though.
They got nothing.
Here's my ideal Super Bowl matchup. This is the one that I would love to see. Not that it's going to happen, but I think this would be the funnest Super Bowl. If we had the Texans against the Lions, that would be so much fun.
Crazy. That'd be pretty crazy.
Having a rookie quarterback
It'd be so weird and gross to look at. Like, you look at, like, all, like, the past 10 Super Bowls, and all of a sudden you see Lions, Texans on there. You're like, what happened that year?
Dude, if you told us 3 years ago that, yeah, Texans and Lions are in the Super Bowl, be like, huh?
Or you told us at the beginning of this year. You said Lions, Texans, Super Bowl. We said, there's no way the Ohio State rookie quarterback made it to the Super Bowl.
Right. And
you said, yeah, nah, he looks amazing.
He does, though.
Like,
that's the craziest part.
Great, phenomenal. He looks really freaking good, and I think he's going to be a special, special kid in the league, special player.
All right, we were talking about Lamar, and we were talking about C.J. Stroud. So, our early ballot awards. I want to hear who you got. All right.
Okay.
So, MVP. Who is your MVP right now? I'm genuinely interested. Not who you think is going to win it. Who is the MVP for you?
Me?
Yes.
It is Lamar Jackson.
What?
Bro. It's either that or Tyreek.
No.
Those are the two.
Still wrong. You're still wrong.
I do think it's Lamar Jackson, though. The Ravens without him, it's just not the same team. I think the Ravens with Lamar Jackson, he's a really special player. I think he deserves the credit, and I think he is the best option right now, and he's the most valuable player in the league currently.
I said this last week. Lamar, in my eyes, is the third best option, and he deserves to be in the top 3. But it's like 1, 2, a big gap, and then 3. And honestly, for me, it's 1 gap, 2, bigger gap, 3.
Okay, so who's your one?
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's had more touchdowns than some quarterbacks have in the league right now. Like, he almost had it one every single game.
So does, like, Raheem Mostert.
I mean,
You put in touchdown if you're just doing touchdowns like Raheem Mostert.
Well, yeah, it's not just
Was he an
touchdowns,
MVP?
but like yards. I mean, effectiveness.
I know he's a great player. I just think like I honestly feel like say put Raheem Mostert back on the Niners, replace CMC. I bet you like obviously not similar, but I bet you it doesn't look too bad. I bet the Niners are still very successful.
Well, yeah, because they had success with Raheem in the past. Yeah, it's just like, can we make like
I agree.
best?
I agree with what you're saying. I just don't think he's like the best. He's just like probably 2 or 3.
I just think that they need to create an award for the best quarterback because that's literally what the MVP is at this point. The MVP is who's the best quarterback in the league. Because
most of the time they are like the most valuable though. Like they're the ones that are realistically running the offense. On the Niners though, I will say that Brock Purdy isn't necessarily running the offense. He's facilitating it.
yes.
So
Okay, fine. We disagreed, not like heavily, because we both agreed with like we understood each other's point of view, but we both had different players. Now, another controversial one, because at one point I thought it was locked up, and then it seemed it was locked up in another way, and then now I have no idea. Offensive Rookie of the Year, who Zach?
it's definitely CJ Stroud, but Puka Nacua deserves a big round of applause for his season this season.
That's the thing. If CJ didn't ever come back from his injury, then this is Puka's, because Puka, I mean, I'm pretty sure he got the rookie record, right?
Yeah, he did today.
Yeah, so he literally has the rookie record, which has stood for like 70 years.
Yeah, it was like 63 years. It was 63 years.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. The last person that got close to the record was Jamar Chase, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And then now CJ comes.
Jalen Waddle like last year had like I think the record was like 105, and Waddle had like 104.
Oh, for the receptions. Oh, that's right.
Last
Puka broke
year,
2
yeah.
records.
Yeah,
So that makes it even harder. I don't know. All I know is I wouldn't be mad if it was CJ or Puka because they're both phenomenal rookies.
it's gonna be CJ. Just trust me, it's gonna be CJ.
Probably.
Puka deserves a round of applause.
It probably is going to be CJ. Sticking with that, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I probably know who you're going to say.
Jalen Carter.
Oh.
I like Jalen Carter.
I thought you were going to say Joey.
Joey's a god. They're just not gonna give it to him. It's gonna be Jalen.
I feel like Jalen hasn't been too... Like, Jalen had a good start to the season, but I feel like he hasn't really done that much in the second half.
It's not gonna be Joey. It should be Joey. Not gonna be Joey.
Let's look at the odds.
I bet you he's like 4.
Yeah, it really should be Joey, though, because, like, I saw someone put his stats...
He's been balling, dude.
Like, I saw someone put his stats up next to Sauce Gardner's from last year, and Joey was better. And so it's like... Oh, he's literally not even in the top 5.
Yeah.
That's
Same
actually
with, like,
insane.
You look at TJ Watt. Look at TJ Watt's stats. TJ Watt's like 3rd in the race for Depoy. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, I don't understand that one either.
That's my answer for the next. If that's what the next question is, it's definitely TJ Watt.
Oh yeah, 1,000% it's TJ. Are they going to vote it
Now
that way?
He, like,
probably not.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Literally, threw his whole body on the line.
Yeah, and he
last
wanted to
game.
go back in.
Yeah.
They were like, TJ, you're going to the locker room. He's like, no, I'm going to the field. They're like, no, you're going to the locker room. He's like, damn it. And now you're going to the playoffs.
Wild time.
Yeah, no.
And now we lost him. He's not gonna be able to play.
Yeah, no, it sucks. He has not won a playoff game, Zach.
Yeah, and he I mean, he might, but he won't be playing.
He has more touchdowns in the playoffs than wins. Our edge rusher.
Yeah, that's crazy. Poor guy. Poor Tej.
Poor
Tej.
Okay, Coach of the Year.
I honestly want to say Stefanski.
Yeah, that's what I think
That
too.
or D'Amico Ryans. Yeah, I think D'Amico Ryans also deserves a lot of credit too.
Yeah, I think D'Amico Ryan's getting to the playoffs is awesome, but I just think, Kevin Stefanski had to use 5 quarterbacks this season and still didn't just like sneak into the playoffs. He locked it up a week before the season ended. So I like Kevin Stefanski as the choice.
Definitely.
And I mean, comeback play of the year is like kind of interesting to talk about, but like, I feel like it has to be DeMar, right?
No, this is the thing. DeMar is a storybook headline that makes the league look good. The answer is Joe Flacco.
No, yeah, I agree with that. That's exactly where I stand. Like,
The answer is Joe Flacco. The storyline, the moneymaker, is DeMar Hamlin.
yeah.
So it will be DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, I agree with you. Which, man, I don't know. If Vegas just wanted to take everybody's money, and if they announced it as Flacco.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's an easy way to do it. Easy way to just rob the bank. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see which one's more important. Does Vegas win or does the NFL win?
I mean, they kind of work together, so.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see.
The
controversy.
Before we do the next segment, this was something that happened. Zach knows it happened, and you guys were let in on this at the start of the season, so I might as well update you. My keeper team did not win the championship.
Oh, yeah. You garbage can. You're trash.
Get it out. Get it all
You
out.
got third. You got third with 27 second-round picks. Trash, dude. Trash. Give credit to JP. His team was stacked. Goat Japes. We call him Wapes around here. What a guy. What a god. Won both leagues. Give this man his creds. He's a fantasy G. But yeah, no, you suck. There's no way you lost.
Yeah, I lost to Austin, who put up like 170 points on me because of Amari Cooper. Thank you, Amari Cooper. Really appreciated that performance. Also, who would have thought my worst pick would be Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah. Who would have thunk?
And then
I kind of want to go in before I forget about this thought and give JP some more credit for his fantasy run this year. So I got 4th place in keeper, losing to Connor in the 3rd place little championship.
Yeah.
And then I got 5th place in my reg team. I drafted both those teams myself.
You're gonna talk about your work league.
On the way home from drafting those 2 teams from Vegas, we're in the car and I'm driving. I drove JP there and back, and so mid driving, the draft happened for my work league. Hand JP over the phone and we're talking and we're drafting together. He gives me a lot of insight. He makes a couple of the picks, and guess what? I won. I won that league. So JP basically has 3 rings this year alone in fantasy. So yeah, give this man his credit. He's a god. Thank you for the work league ring. Appreciate that, Japes. All right, we can continue with the episode.
Also, shout out to my Superflex team that made the playoffs with 5 wins because our 6th seed always goes to who has the most points, and I had the most points. I just happened to be getting shit on every single week. And I made the championship with a team being led. My 2 starting quarterbacks in the finals were Jaron Hall and Derek Carr.
I don't even know who one of them is.
Jaron Hall
who does
plays
Jaron Hall play for
the Vikings.
That's crazy.
And
what happened to Dobbs?
And
Did
I
Dobbs
only
die?
What?
Did Dobbs die or something?
Oh well, they pulled out Dobbs, put in Mullins, and then Mullins threw like 4 picks in a game. So then they're like, we're gonna give Jaron Hall a chance, and then they pulled him at halftime, so he finished with 0.8 points.
Wild.
And the funniest part is I lost by 20, so I just needed a quarterback to perform, and I probably could have won.
Tough. Poor guy.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Since we're talking about fantasy, Zach, who do you think was like the bust of the year if you drafted them?
Huh. That's a good question.
While you think, I'll tell you mine because I've been seeing a lot of like.
Mine was like Calvin Ridley. He kind of stunk it up for me.
Yeah, but at least he had like good games.
He had some good games.
The player I'm gonna say, I cannot remember one game this season where it was like, "Yep, that's why I drafted you," and I refused to draft this guy. He was everybody's like sweetheart running back going into the draft. I was like, I don't see it. Tony Pollard, in my opinion, was the bust of the year. This dude sucked. He performed.
I had Tony Pollard, and I just rode with him. I didn't bench him one time. He was just chilling there, and I lost. He sucked. True.
No, I mean, Eckler has like a fair argument, but he got hurt. So that's why I don't say Eckler.
Yeah, fair enough.
Did
All
you?
right.
Oh, is Ridley your final answer?
Yeah, really was my
Okay.
final answer.
And then, I mean, for me, I think that the two MVPs of the fantasy season, because I mean, you could say McCaffrey, but like, I feel like the MVP has to be a player that anyone could have at any time had the opportunity to draft or even pick up. But like, so like Tyreek and CMC, not everyone has the opportunity. Like, you're not going to get them in the third round. So for me, I think like two people are tied for fantasy MVP, and that's Kyron Williams or Puka Nacua, because that's someone you could have drafted in the last round of your draft. Or picked
CJ
up on the
Stroud
waiver.
too. What a W
Oh, yeah.
waiver wire quarterback.
No, that's very true. Or I mean, even Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He finished, I think, like
For
the
sure.
quarterback 4 or something like that, and he was
Yeah, it's pretty
undrafted
crazy.
in reg leagues.
Fields kind of turned up. Loved Fields for a little bit.
Except for today.
Yeah.
Actually, all right.
Trash.
I like how you brought up Fields, Zach. Zach, what do the Bears do?
They give Fields to us, please. Dear God, give us Fields. I want Fields. Fields.
Not what do the
Love Kenny.
Steelers do.
Love Kenny, but like Fields.
Not what do the Steelers do. What do the Bears do?
I don't know. It's getting a little saucy. This was kind of a prove it game.
And it was a
he
bad one.
lost. So now it's like, what's your decision? Do you go with the next generational, the next Patrick Mahomes, the closest thing to him, the first time we, like, honestly, in a while, the first mega quarterback prospect, like, for someone that's not a very, like, a super mega casual on, like, prospects and stuff. I know.
I
how
feel like
good
Trevor
Caleb
Lawrence was like
Williams
kind of the
is.
last guy like that, though.
Yeah. And so, like, now, what do? You have the pick. You also have a guy that's proven and shown he's pretty dang good. Like, he's pretty dang good. Sometimes he messes up, but, like, is it necessarily him? He doesn't really have that crazy of a team around him. DJ Moore's really good. He has a decent weapon in Cole Kmet. Other than that, I really don't know anybody else on that freaking team.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said other than yeah. Like,
It's so hard because, like, for me, the financial aspect of restarting a quarterback contract and getting 5 years of essentially a free quarterback, which is the most expensive player on a team, is very attractive. But also, like, the amount of picks you could get, even just trading down like 3 spots to like Washington or 4 spots to New England, like, you could get a hell of a lot.
yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's interesting because then there's all like the weird stuff with Caleb Williams, like the ownership stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what does that turn out to be? Is it even possible to do that? Like, there's all sorts of stuff. It's gonna be an interesting draft week for sure to see what happens, and we'll see.
All right, Zach,
See
I'm
what
gonna give you a couple of teams who are most likely gonna have head coaching vacancies going to the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to tell me which of these teams is like the most attractive spot for a head coach, okay?
Okay.
So we got the Panthers, the Falcons, the Commanders.
Okay. So I'm ranking what?
No, you don't rank them. Out of those 3 teams, which one do you think is the most attractive head coaching job?
Oh, out of those, probably the Panthers
That's really?
because of Bryce Young. Wait, what were the teams?
Panthers, Falcons,
Falcons.
Commanders.
Commanders. It's I probably Falcons. I'll say it's honestly probably Falcons. I like, you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, I think the Falcons. Falcons. Final answer, Falcons. What do you say?
No, I agree. I think the Falcons because they were a team that was on the verge of a playoff spot, but they just needed a competent head coach to get in. And if they just use their weapons correctly, you have at least three offensive stars in Kyle Pitts, Drake London, and Bijan Robinson. And then they're going to be at least high enough in the draft where they can maybe get like a Drake May or a Michael Penix or someone like that. Or if they want to trade, I think if the Bears do trade Justin Fields, I think Atlanta's a very interesting spot to send him to. I think Atlanta is like the best situation. This is a team, they finished what, 7-10 this year. That's a team that can go from 7-10 to like 13-4 next year if they get the right coach. Like if I'm Ben Johnson of the Lions, and clearly I'm the like most wanted head coaching prospect this offseason, I'm going to the Falcons.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's definitely the best option. Commanders honestly, like, they don't really have Jahan Dotson. He's pretty decent.
Yeah. They have Terry McLaurin, but like he's
Brian
getting old.
Robinson, Scary Terry. Defensive guys, not really anything. They lost
everything.
Chase Young. Like, it's definitely not Washington. Panthers, the only bright star on that team is probably Bryce Young.
And that's
most
saying
sacked,
a
but
lot.
you got a lot to go. You have a lot to go in that Panthers team. You definitely have the best chance in Atlanta.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, I don't know any head coach or any coaching candidate that wants to go into Carolina. That looks like the worst. Carolina feels like the new Washington with how bad their owner is, dude.
Yeah, it's just like like I said, you got a lot to go in Carolina. Like, there's not you're in it for a couple of years. Like,
And you don't have a first-round pick this year.
One draft isn't going to do it, and exactly, like, it's going to take a couple of years, starting probably next year. So, like, we got a long way to go for that Panthers team. We're going to see a lot of bad Carolina seasons for at least 5, I say probably 5 years before it's any sort of success, sadly.
Yeah. And then, since I just realized I did 3 NFC teams, so I'm going to give you 3 AFC teams, and I'm curious which one you think is the most attractive. Because these are, I think this could go each 3 ways. The Patriots, the Raiders, and the Chargers.
Most attractive, definitely Chargers.
Yeah.
Least attractive, definitely Patriots.
Yeah, you got nothing.
And then Raiders, cool city, mediocre team. Depends on the culture. Really, honestly, I feel like the Raiders are a culture team.
Mm-hmm.
Really just depends on the culture of a coach.
No, I think that's very fair. I honestly think that they'll keep Antonio Pierce, who's been their interim this year.
So
they're probably they finished 8-9. Damn! Hold on.
Yeah.
The Raiders
Chargers cleared that.
They placed second in the division.
Yeah, Raiders kind of turned up, low key.
That's insane. The Raiders just need a quarterback.
League. Look at the league. It's weird. Like, there's so many teams where you're like, oh, they won 10 games.
No, literally,
that's wild. Or
like,
they won 9 games. Like, it's like no shot.
Like, let's see. The AFC South had 3 teams above 500, while the AFC West had 1.
AFC North, for the first time since like the 30s,
every team
had a team where all teams were above 500.
And then
before, it was like the NFC North when they had the Cardinals. It was the Lions, Packers, Bears, and Cardinals.
And then look at the NFC South still being the meh division. 9-8, 9-8, 7-10, and then of course 2-15. But like, it's literally just like last year when we were like, oh yeah, they're so meh.
Yeah, such a mid division.
And then this is the last thing, because I am curious. We haven't really talked about this in our group chat, which is really surprising. I mean, we brought it up like once or twice, but we never really went in depth on it. But I'm curious what you think. Where do you think Russell Wilson's going to play next season?
We're the favorite.
I hate it.
Hate that a lot.
Hate it.
Fields over everything. I will stand on that. I don't know, man. Russell Wilson, it's an interesting thing, because we've seen it work and we've seen it not work. But the last little bit of football that we've seen was pretty good. So I don't really know. This was a weird move. Don't really know why it happened. Something must have happened on the inside of the organization to make this happen.
He's just a problem. He's got personality issues.
Something happened. Clearly something happened.
Which, okay, I will say, I know I don't like Russell Wilson because of all his off-the-field stuff and all of his like how he's just very fake. But I will say the Broncos did do him really dirty. As someone who doesn't like the man, I can still admit the fact that the Broncos went about this in the worst way possible. And I honestly think the Broncos are going to be paying for this for a long time. I mean, they already got fined a shit ton, or they're going to be fined a shit ton by the NFLPA. But also, free agents aren't going to want to sign there because they just saw the team be like, hey, yeah, you're not playing because if you get hurt, we have to pay you money and we don't want to pay you money. Like, so there's no way they're going to be attractive for free agents. And if they are, they're going to have to overpay.
Yeah. It's wild. There's a couple of teams that kind of come to mind. Patriots need a quarterback. I feel like Bill Belichick would love to just take an old guy like Russell Wilson, clean cut, doesn't really do much. Maybe that could work out for him. Other than that, though, I really don't know. Who do you think?
There's two teams in my head, and one of them is like perfect. I think this could work out really well. And there's another team that I don't think anyone's talked about, but is very sneaking under the radar. The team that I think would be great for Russell if they can get like Seattle Russ out of him, like the last couple of seasons that Seattle had, and obviously not prime Russ, but if Russ goes to Atlanta with those weapons and with a competent like. If you're Atlanta and you get Russell Wilson and then you sign Ben Johnson to be your head coach, I think that's a phenomenal pairing.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then the sneaky one is actually in their division. I think the Raiders getting him would be kind of interesting because if they can hold on to Devontae and then you have Josh Jacobs in the backfield, you upgrade your O-line in the draft. That way you don't have to waste a draft pick on a quarterback this year. And you can also address your secondary because that's their two biggest weaknesses right now is secondary O-line. I think that's actually kind of interesting as well.
Not bad. Fair enough.
So, there's that.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll definitely see. It'll be an interesting. I think this offseason is going to be fun.
Oh, 1,000%.
A lot of interesting stuff's going to be going on. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Before we
leave. What else
leave,
you got for us? What else you got? Anything?
Buffalo's tied with Miami at the 2-minute warning of the second quarter. So, that game honestly doesn't mean anything for us except for who we play.
I'm guessing 10-10?
7-7.
Oh, 7-6.
But
So yeah, we both agree that we would rather have Buffalo win this game.
Yes. Wait. Yeah. No, lose.
No, lose.
Lose.
Buffalo lose this game. We want the Dolphins to win.
Yeah, because then we get the 6th seed.
And play the Kansas City Chiefs.
Which would actually mean, Zach,
we get prime time Taylor Swift footage while we're a part of it. Think about that.
And do you know what I just realized, Zach? If we win that game, do you know who we would play in the next round?
Ravens.
Yeah. Right? And I actually think...
I bet you we could beat the freaking Ravens.
I do think because...
And then we're in the freaking... We're in the bowl, dude.
No.
Are we not in the bowl?
We're in the championship. We're in the shit.
We're in the shit.
Because
imagine being in the ship with Mason Rudolph.
No. I mean, honestly, I kind of like his comeback story. I know you don't.
No, he's chilling. He's cool.
Wait, yeah. Why do you hate Mason? I never understood why you hate him.
I don't hate Mason. He's just trash sometimes.
Sometimes he's been the best quarterback on our team this year.
Yeah, I get that. This year he's been great. The dent wore off. He grew a little bit of brain cells back.
Oh
God. Last season, when he was primetime dent, he was trash. Okay?
He didn't play last year.
Okay. Because he was trash. Because he had a dent, and the dent grew out. So now
no, okay? I mean, I genuinely think Pittsburgh, if they have to play, if they beat the Chiefs, I think playing Baltimore, I would rather play them than anyone else because did you see that Pittsburgh is 7-1 in our last 8 matchups against the Ravens?
Yeah, we're like the Ravens kryptonite. Well, honestly, it would be a really, really fun game.
Oh yeah, division games are that's. I would love to see. I think the Ravens playing Pittsburgh or the Browns in their first game would be so much fun. Flacco against the Ravens, man. Whoa.
Yeah, that'll be crazy. Okay, so imagine we beat the Ravens. We're in the ship for the AFC to get to the bowl. Who's the ideal matchup there?
Browns.
You think we have to go through the north? That's our only route to the bowl is going through the north.
I genuinely, because if we're playing the Ravens, then that means
I honestly feel the same way. I bet you. I feel like I feel the most confident against going through the north.
Well, I mean,
we're already 5-1.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll ride that wave with you.
Because
let's get the north.
They're teams that we
The
know.
route.
We know them. We have to play them. I mean, we literally almost swept the division this year, but the one game we lost to Dorian Thompson-Robinson. That's crazy,
Yeah.
by a field goal.
Okay, so now we beat the Browns. We're in the bowl. Ideal matchup, obviously, give me like the Packers or
Buccaneers.
something. Bucks, Packers. Give me something like that. What's the worst case scenario?
We saw it in week 1.
Niners, yeah. Oh, that'd be the grossest Super Bowl ever. Niners and the 7-10, or the 10-7 Steelers,
Led by Mason Rudolph. Bro, if Mason Rudolph led us to a Super Bowl win over the Niners,
What do you do?
you
with
re-sign him. You have to. You literally have to, Zach.
No, yeah. Oh, I get what you do with Mason. What do you do with Kenny Pickett?
He's a backup.
Yeah,
Sorry, like
he's a backup.
if you told me that Mason, like before the season started, you're like Mason Rudolph's going to lead this team to a Super Bowl win over the best arguable team in the NFL, and you had to beat the best other team in the NFL in the Ravens. Like, you have to. You literally have to give Mason a 4-year contract worth like $100 million.
Which is like trash too, because then it's not Fields over nothing. It's not Fields over nothing.
But Zach,
'Cause then
if Mason
we
leads us
hate
to a Super Bowl
Fields.
win, you don't want we're probably feeling great about Mason.
Nah, 'cause Dent will come back.
Oh no.
You know Dent will come back. This is a Cinderella story. Dent will come back.
Yeah,
You know it. That's the Steelers' way. Win a Super Bowl, and then we get Dent. We sign Dent for 4 years, $100 million, $150 million, and now guess what? He's back.
I mean, at least we got a
Prime
Super
time
Bowl though.
Dent. For what? What does the Super Bowl do for you? Pride?
Zach, do you realize? Yes, pride. We won a Super. Zach, you're always complaining we don't win Super Bowls. If we won a Super Bowl, you got yours.
All right. I honestly don't know if I want a Mason Rudolph Super Bowl, because then it's like you got to get a jersey.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
It's Mason. It's gross. You're like, Mason Rudolph Super Bowl MVP.
Bro, could you imagine?
Like, what are we doing? The script writers were like, ew. What happened? What are you doing?
They wake up the next morning hungover as shit. Like, I wonder what script we submitted. And then bro, if Pittsburgh does this, that's gonna be my script writer video, 1,000%.
Your script writer video has to be, if the Steelers go on a playoff run, your script videos have to be the devil guy slowly taking over and like just slowly revealing that he's a Steelers fan. Like every little video, you progress, like you put on like a T-shirt or something, like you secretly, and then you go up, and the final episode is the Super Bowl, and he's in full out. You got the terrible towel whipping. You're in the full demon voice, and you're like, "I did it all these years." That's the script right there. That's the production. Credit me in the credits.
I got you. You'll be credited as a writer.
Yeah, when that happens.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna lie. My back is starting to hurt because I decided to stand up for this entire one, and I'm starting to feel the consequences of my actions. And also, it's getting late for you, so I'm sure you want to get ready and do whatever you got to do before you got to work tomorrow.
7:30.
I mean, I don't know. For me, that's late because I go to bed
It's
at
pretty
8:30.
late. Honestly, it's pretty late. So we're back.
We are.
It's a 50-50 chance we'll be here next week. You know how this goes at this point. We'll see. W cord is pretty sturdy. Hopefully you guys you liked that. Back with the OG headphones, fixed those as well.
Oh,
So,
nice.
www. Ordered 2 cords at once. I went on a little cord shopping spree.
Let's go. Yeah, no more
So-
cracking in the audio files for Zach.
No more cracking. Hopefully. If not, I'm doing something wrong. It's sturdy as an ox, though. So we're good. We're good. So.
All right,
All right,
boys.
boys.
We will see you guys next week, and TikToks will be coming back this week. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Just
wait. It was the end of the regular season today. It's
Yeah.
over.
I know.
Wow.
That's
Well,
crazy.
I guess we'll see you for the playoffs. See what happens. Road to the bowl.
If we go
Stairway
to the
to
bowl, by
7.
the way, me and Zach are going to find a way to go to that.
It's gonna be impossible. But hey, we're gonna see. I'm not gonna make any promises. Goodbye.
Bye, boys.